Shalom Aleichem Rabotai. Mishnah Yomi is holding in Shabbat, Perek 16, Mishnah 6. Ovid kochavim shabbat lechabot. What if a non-Jew came to put out the fire? He heard the yelling or the siren, saw the smoke, so he comes with a pail of water, put out the fire. Ein omrim lo kabeh. You don't tell him, please put out the fire. Val techabeh. But you don't have to tell him not to put out the fire. You just let him do what he wants to do. Because you are not commanded to have a non-Jew rest on Shabbat. The non-Jew can do something on Shabbat which will indirectly benefit the Jew. He's doing the malacha because he wants to do the malacha. We're going to see later on some variations on this theme. If a minor, he's not bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah yet, comes to put out the fire, ein shomin lo. We don't listen to him when he says, Tati, there's a fire, mipnei sheshvitato alehen, because you are commanded to have your children, even ketanim, rest on Shabbat. As we've mentioned earlier, if the fire has danger to life or limb, there's an element of sakana, then even a gedolim would put it out, and it would be a mitzvah to put it out instead of an Israel not to put it out. The fires we're talking about is when the building was entirely stone, it wasn't going to spread, there was no gas lines, the fire was just going to sort of die out when it ran out of fuel inside of the stone or brick house that did not have danger of spreading. Mishnah Zayin, the seventh Mishnah, continues on the theme of preventing fire or danger from spreading. Kofin ka'ara, you can overturn a bowl. So you put the bowl upside down, al gabe haner, on top of a candle that's lit, bishvil shelo te'echoz hakora, so that the flame coming up from this candle or this lamp is not going to singe and burn and cause a fire on a beam or a piece of wood above it. Now, this is when it's not mechabe, when it doesn't actually put out the fire. Obviously, if the bowl has no air holes, has no way for the oxygen to get to the candle, that would be aser deraisa and couldn't be done. But if there's like some sort of opening for the air, then you could put it on top in a way where it blocks the flame from licking the wood above it, but it doesn't actually put out the candle. The altsoa shel katan, or on the excrement of a child. The Gemara actually explains that the excrement of a child, there's no issue of muksa. There's actually a heter called graf shel rei, a bedpan, basically a container with human waste, which you're allowed to take out and take to the dump or to the toilet because of kavod habriot, because it's not nice to have that just sitting around the house. So what we're actually talking about, social katan, is a katan that's going to be playing in the yard, and if there's like chicken, your chicken that's in the yard also made it soa, and the kid is going to be playing in the yard, and he's going to come and touch it. So we put something on top of that so the kid doesn't touch the soa and get his Shabbos clothes dirty, or take it inside to show his parents. Full akrov shelo tishuch, or you could put a bowl over a scorpion so it does not bite or sting anybody. Now, there's no tzad here. There's no tzeda. We're not trapping the scorpion because we don't want to use the scorpion. We have no use for the scorpion. We merely want it to avoid biting people as they play in the chatzar. Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Maiseh bolifnei Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai be'arav. He says they actually asked this shiler, they told him about such an event of someone putting a bowl on a scorpion on Shabbat when he was in Arav. And he replied, Chashashni lo mechatos. He says, I'm worried, I'm concerned, I'm choshesh that he might have transgressed a biblical law because he's basically effectively trapping, even though his intention is not for trapping. And Mepharshim explain it's because he thought this scorpion was not a poisonous scorpion, that if it was poisonous or very dangerous or deadly, then it would definitely be mutter because the danger to human life would override the issue of potentially trapping it for a purpose here. So he was like, this scorpion doesn't look poisonous. I don't think it's a poisonous one. I don't think you really needed to trap it, so you're not really protecting anybody. But he was choshesh. He didn't say it was forbidden. Shkoyach Rabosai, sei gesund, and please avoid scorpions.